Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CFC 81 press conference. This is a big event stacked full of fighters on the Iowa card. This is your co-main event. Tyler, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Dewey, how you feeling on your first fight back? This is a rematch. Tyler, this was your first fight. You've achieved a lot since your first fight. You've fought for state titles. You've went on win streaks. You've had your highs. You've had your lows. Dewey, you're 3-0, but you've only fought two opponents. This is still two opponents. What's going on, man?
Well, it's kind of the exact same thing that I had for boxing. It's just, hey, can I fight you? No, I'm scared. And other times, it's just, I just don't want to do it because I have a lot of other shit to do.
So what made this the fight?
It's because I can give him a chance to redeem himself from the last fight.
Do you feel that he's already done that with his 4-fight win streak, fought for titles?
Yes, but I just want to check if he is suitable to get that state championship. English hard today. Championship belt.
Which, of course, Tyler McElroy, the guy who fought Manny Rodriguez, who Tyler fought for state championship, unfortunately came out with a loss. You beat Manny Rodriguez. There's a lot of new openings for this guy. There's a lot of guys that lost to Manny are now wanting to fight Tyler McElroy, including Tyler Utoft here. He's beginning to work. He wants to work his way back to a title shot. This is his first step in doing that. Tyler, what do you think happens on the night?
On the night of me fighting Tyler McElroy?
You fighting Dewey.
Dewey? Pretty sure that I can redeem myself for this fight.
What's the prediction?
KO or TKO, third round.
Now, Dewey, you expect a harder fight. You expect a longer fight. This is 5 rounds.
Yep.
The first fight was 5 rounds, but you got called in on a couple hours' notice because the main event fell out. This became the main event, and it increased it to 5 rounds. You've never been 5 rounds. You've never prepared for a 5-round fight. What's it like?
Well, the training is shitty. And I'm being totally honest, because you have to keep on doing it for 5 rounds straight. Meanwhile, I do it with no breaks, and it sucks.
What are you doing to prepare yourself? What are you doing to prepare yourself?
Well, I want to keep that a secret.
Tyler, what are you doing to prepare?
I'm training at a gym, doing what I'm supposed to. And I'm not doing what Dewey did to get kicked out of this.
Tyler, you've stated in the past this is your first pro-style camp. So, what's it like going from an amateur type of camp for, I've heard you increase wrestling, increase your striking, you've included some strength conditioning, a real pro camp. How important is it to you that you get this one back on March the 30th?
It's real important to me because this was my first fight, and when you lose to someone that's done a few things that they might regret, but I have no clue. Fucking sucks.
I can fully understand that one.
So what do you think you have to do in order to get this one back?
Knock him out. Knock him out or TKO.
You don't want to win a decision. You plan on finishing this man.
Yeah.
This is a rivalry that kind of blew up out of hand over the last couple of year and a half. What happened between you two? Dewey, I'll start with you.
I truly can't remember.
Tyler, I'll go to you.
Used PEDs against 2 of my friends, including Stephen Meeker and Chris Godoy, I believe. You did a few things I'm not very happy with, and that's what I plan to knock you out because of.
Dewey, your response.
Nothing.
Dewey, you've never had somebody make these type of claims other than Bryce Monahan. Of course, we didn't get to see that fight go ahead with the trilogy. This is a new sport for you. He has twice as many fights as you now. He's the more experienced one, whereas as opposed to the first fight, you were the more experienced of the two. This is the first time you're getting into a fight with somebody who has more experience than you. You're at a disadvantage. The betting odds have you as the underdog, even though you won the first fight. How does that make you feel, man?
I really don't know.
And what's your thoughts on the animosity between you two? Because it's clearly not friendly. I mean, we could tell from both of you. What's your thoughts on the animosity?
That's just not going to be good.
Tyler, what is
Like
your...
most people, they'll go into a fight, expect friendships at the end. We actually might be tearing each other's apart. But to be honest, we never began with a fucking friendship, so what do we have to lose?
This is a very clear striker versus grappler matchup, dude. We know you're gonna look to wrestle as you do in all your fights. What type of performance can we expect compared to your last few? You've told us you're gonna make changes. You've said changes will be made. You said you're gonna reinvent yourself. What do you mean when you say that?
I'm saying that I will be able to do different things instead of just grapple.
Tyler, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't really think so, because last time all you did were these little fucking palm strikes.
Do you plan on mixing it up? Is that what you mean? Mixing it up?
Yes.
And Tyler, you're obviously very proud of your striking. You've won a lot of fights because of your striking. Do you think he can stand with you?
No. If he does, I'm knocking him out. He ain't taking me down. Not happening.
Dewey, what's your thoughts? Because obviously, of course, your road to victory is the takedown. It is the grappling, you know. What's your thoughts on that? Because he has very good takedown defense.
Like everyone has said, yeah, you might have great takedown defense. There's always a way around it. Always is.
How are your thoughts?
Only opening that you're gonna find is none. Because you won't be fucking taking me down.
Okay. We'll see when the fight comes around, to be honest.
Dewey, what's your prediction for the fight? I asked him earlier. I forgot to ask you. What's your prediction for this?
To be honest, I just really don't know. In my head's just a 50-50.
Do you think this is a tough fight for you?
Yes.
And you said you stated a longer fight this time. Why is that? Is the confidence? Because a lot of people were saying the confidence dropped because you TKO'd him in I think it was 41 seconds, I believe.
Yep.
Why do you expect a longer fight? You stated a more competitive fight.
It's because he's been able to fight a lot more bigger guys and take down people that are like basically head honchos of the whole entire UFC community. So.
And Chris Godoy, he's a common opponent between you two in MMA. Obviously, he's fought Steven, but you fought him in boxing. He fought him in MMA, so it's a little different. Chris Godoy's a familiar opponent between you two. Dewey, do you think you beat Chris better than Tyler did?
I've actually never watched the fight, so I might have to watch it now.
Tyler, do you think you beat Chris better than Dewey did?
Oh, yeah.
Dewey, your wrestling, it's proved a little problematic getting it to the floor, and you proved a little bit you've stated it's been hard to hold people down. With Tyler, he's very hard to hold down. All of his opponents have said that. Do you believe you'll be able to hold him down, or is that not the plan to hold him down?
My plan's not to hold him down, to be honest.
So when you say you're going to grapple, but you say you don't want to hold him down, what are we talking about here?
Well, I'm planning to do ground and pound.
Surely you don't think the same trick will work twice?
Possibly no, but it's worth to give it a shot.
Tyler, what's your thoughts?
If he thinks he can finish me, go ahead. But it's not going to happen.
Okay, bud.
Whatever happened between you two, because it seemed so friendly at the post-fight press conference when you two fought the first time. Obviously, you two aren't very friendly right now, but I mean, a lot has happened since then. Dewey, what have you been up to since then, man?
Well, I've been practicing a lot of other different types of techniques for fighting, and I've been trying to get my life back on track.
And Tyler, we obviously know you've been very active. You know, we've seen you had 6 fights last year, fought at a very high level. So Tyler, we know your wrestling has gotten you here through a lot of this. In Stephen Meeker fight, you were forced to wrestle. Do you believe you're the better wrestler?
Yeah.
And Dewey, you've obviously stated you want to get this to the ground, so I'm sure you believe you're the better wrestler and grappler.
Yep.
Could we see a potential fight on the feet, Dewey? Could we see you trying to test your striking at least a little bit with this man?
Yes.
Tyler, what do you think happens if that's what occurs?
If that happens, I'm going to mess him up. Not going to hold back.
Okay.
And
just try it, but we're gonna find out one way or another.
And Dewey, I'm sure you knew he was training with I guess we could say an old friend of yours, Bryce Monahan. What's your thoughts on him training with Bryce?
Congrats.
Do you see any advantages in him being able to train with Bryce, or do you still believe he won that second fight?
I actually see a lot of advantages. He'll be able to know how to keep his ground.
And Tyler, why is Bryce in camp? For what reason have you brought Bryce into training camp for this fight?
Because I would like to learn more about the striking base of things. Because I don't know everything about it. So, might as well learn a little bit more.
Do you believe the wealth of knowledge of him fighting Dewey helps you prepare, even though you've shared a fight with him? Do you believe that helps you prepare even more for this rematch?
Yep.
I have to go really quickly. I have to go do something.
All right, we'll pause it.
I'll be right back.
Bada boom. Okay. So, dude, we're gonna come right back to you.
Okay.
Face-offs are tomorrow. What do you see when you're gonna look in this man's eyes?
I hope that I see his soul, like he can see mine.
What do you hope to see in the face-off tomorrow, Tyler?
I don't know.
You've promised a TKO or a knockout. You want to finish this guy. Dewey, you just plan on winning. That's what you said.
Yep.
So, we will see you guys tomorrow at the face-offs. Good luck to both of you. Tyler, good luck to you. Dewey, good luck to you as well. We will see you guys at the press face-offs tomorrow. Thank you for your time, boys.
Have a nice day.
Yep.